Inca Empire, and this world is divided into 4 parts according to the cardinal points: the rising and setting of the sun, and the perpendicular. And this, of course, was very important to these very astronomically, geometrically, and arithmetically oriented people. And we'll hear more about this later. Now we were looking at the spatial cosmos for Andeans, and this is the time cosmos. Space and time for Andeans are all mixed up. It's worked into their language, which I go into in the book. It's kind of long and complicated, but let me just talk to it about it with the picture, so that you can see a little bit how it works. You see that there are people carrying someone on a litter who appears to have a crown on his head. This is an important dignitary who has passed away, and so he's going to be buried, and he's already gone into rigor mortis, and they've kind of propped him up with cords so that he'll be in a squatting position, because that's how people were buried, in a squatting position. And his family is walking with him, and they're all very sad because this is kind of a funeral position. And then he's buried in this bulb-like wrapping, and then to the right of him you see his soul working and working and working, carrying heavy stuff on his back. And in Andean art, this is often represented as a snail. Snails carrying their heavy shell on their back. This is what goes on in the Andean afterlife. It's not a fun afterlife. It really isn't. If your family prays for you, and you can visit your family to remind them, to pray for you, by taking on the temporary form of a butterfly or a hummingbird. So when people are working in the fields, they look up and see a butterfly or a hummingbird, and they know it's you, and so they get reminded to pray for you and offer up offerings for you, so that eventually, when your soul migrates out of the lower world up to the top of a mountain, you can be reborn, as you see on the right side, as a new baby, usually in the family. And of course everybody recognizes you and gives you the same name. So there's an idea of coming back to this life.